hurts a little bit, maybe clicking and popping, getting a little pain, just take a week off or so and that should settle it down. No, stop. Hey, Eric with you from A to ZPT.com. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching today. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about your shoulder and specifically about shoulder impingement. And shoulder impingement actually is probably the leading cause of shoulder pain. Maybe 50 to 60% of all shoulder pain is caused by this shoulder impingement. And what is occurring is, again, excuse my diagram, best I can do under the circumstances, but if you can pretend this is your arm, your humerus bone here, and this bone up here, you have two bones meeting. This is your clavicle bone up front here, and also coming from behind, from your scapula, your shoulder blade, you have another bone, and the clavicle and this bone meets to make the acromion. And I'll just put an A up here, because I would probably spell it wrong anyhow. So you have your acromion here, and you have your humerus here, your arm bone, and they meet, or not quite meet. This is the critical part. There should be a little space. I tried to make a little space here, this little space here between them, because you have another structure called, and it's a rotator cuff muscle. You've all probably heard of your rotator cuff muscle. It's comprised actually of 4 different muscles, and one of those muscles, called your supraspinatus, has to come right through this area. I'll just put SS for supraspinatus. So that's the rotator cuff muscle, one of the 4, and it kind of travels right through this space between your arm, your humerus, and the acromion. And that space is very limited to begin with. But what happens with shoulder impingement is this space starts to narrow. So these two bones start to get closer and closer together, and they can start to actually pinch or impinge this rotator cuff muscle, that supraspinatus muscle that's trying to travel between them. But again, as that space narrows, it starts to get caught up with that. And that can start your shoulder pain. You can start to get clicking and popping, especially with movements away from your body. Anything going out to the side or even lifting up from the side, you'll start to feel this pain, again, clicking and popping probably, and that is due to the narrowing of that space. What happens is, as it gets caught in here, as that rotator cuff muscle gets caught in that space now because of the narrowing, it starts to inflame, it can start to fray. If you think of it almost like a rope and little strands, it starts to fray because it keeps getting caught in there. Every time we raise our arm up and down, it's getting frayed more and more. That can eventually lead to a pretty good tear in that rotator cuff muscle, which is going to cause, again, more and more pain, more and more functional deficits. The difficult part is, if you just think throughout your daily activities every day, right? We're reaching to pick up maybe a coffee mug, to grab our phone, to shut the car door, to open our front door. I mean, just endless movements where we're going through those types of activities. That's just going to keep aggravating this syndrome, this shoulder impingement syndrome. So it can be very chronic. So, of course, what we want to do in terms of curing this problem or preventing it is we want to make sure we can maintain that space between these two bones so that narrowing effect does not happen, so it doesn't start to pinch that rotator cuff muscle, that supraspinatus muscle, and then we won't even have to deal with this impingement syndrome. There are definitely so much you can do if this is occurring currently with you, if you are starting to feel those symptoms. If you want to prevent it, there is a number of different exercises that you can start today that will help you in both sides. If this is already occurring with you or you want to prevent it. I'd be happy to share more information if you'd like. I'll put my email down below, and if you'd like more information, be happy to send it to you. Also, if you'd like an individualized program, I make programs depending on where you're at currently. Again, if you're already in this type of situation or you want to prevent it, I'll make an individualized program for you. I would just need more information, of course, so I can tailor make it for you. And yeah, you can do so much. Again, if this is occurring now or you want to prevent it, and it's I would say one of the leading, if not the leading cause of shoulder pain out there. And it can be rectified, and also it can definitely be prevented. So please hit me up if you'd like more information. Again, email will be down below. Thanks for watching, and now make it happen. I'll talk to you soon.